Do you have your shoes off?
I took my shoes off because I want to be cozy.
Oh.
It's Christmas.
Christmas is a cozy time.
Because it's Christmas and I want to be
Christmas-
cozy with my
Christmas
feet
is-
out.
Right. As far as I remember, Christmas is not a very stinky time, though. And right now, I feel like it's not Christmas. I feel like it's middle of the summer, and I'm in a goddamn tent with you, and we've been hiking all day, and you just kicked your dogs out of their confinement.
Dang it. Welcome
Merry
back
Christmas.
to Merry Christmas time. And this is Second is the Best Christmas episode.
Christmas app, baby. This is an early show. I mean, like, this is an early show in its lifespan. We're already feeding you Christmas specials, baby. 'Cause that's just how we roll.
It's just that time of year.
That's how we roll. We get into the spirit like yo. Merry Christmas, Second is the Best fans, and welcome to another episode where this is a show where Tristan and I watch a movie that doesn't have a sequel and come up with one in an allotted amount of time.
And today's movie that we watched just 10 minutes ago,
Moments ago.
The Polar Express by Tom Hanks, directed by Tom Hanks. Let's watch a holiday movie, got the hat on.
It's holiday movie and it's time to reveal the lights. Rig it, grind it up, down with the Rudolph.
That shit goes crazy!
Clink,
That shit goes crazy!
clink. It's time to get this shit on the road, on the tracks, the train tracks, Polar Express tracks, to the North Polar. Tom Hanks didn't direct this, Robert Zemeckis did, but they're basically the same person.
Oh.
Robert Zemeckis worked with Tom Hanks on Forrest Gump, and this is a movie that they did, or Tom Hanks plays basically every character in mocap.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I think that's why it becomes Uncanny Valley,
Yeah,
because it's fucking weird.
it
that
is
he
weird.
does
The
that.
animation is crazy.
Does he play the kids too? Little
Most
boy?
of them. I think he plays the main kid for sure. I know.
That's
plays the
why
main
I
kid.
hate the main kid. 'Cause it's fucking
I
weird.
hate his little egg-headed friends.
Yeah, dude. They suck.
Yeah, dude. It's
These
too bad.
kids suck.
These kids suck. The whole premise of the train is badass, but then whenever the kids get any screen time,
Sucks.
yeah, dude, give me more of the screaming guy.
Ben
with
had a
the
good
red
idea.
beard.
Ben had a good idea.
Right. Make this a porn.
No.
Hey, what?
Get it remastered.
Yeah.
Get it remastered, and so the kids don't look like that.
You remember how a few years ago they made the Crash Bandicoot remastered remakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do remember that. It's like that. It's taking the
But
animation
a movie.
from PlayStation 1 and making it into a PlayStation 5 game. Well, this is what I want for this movie. Movie from 2006. When did this come out? 2006 probably? Some
No, it's
bull
the
like
20th anniversary, so
that.
2004.
2004. Damn.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That deserves... Yeah, 2004.
Wow.
That deserves
A remaster at
a
this point.
freaking remaster.
Yeah, 20th anniversary. They're kind of advertising that stuff. This movie has a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
And 5 out of 5 on eBay.
Joseph bought this on eBay, and he has been loving it.
All right, Ben, are you ready for the 1 minute recap?
Oh, yes. You got a timer?
I'm going to put a timer on.
Okay, let me just prepare mentally for the... I feel like this one will be pretty easy.
Yeah.
You ready?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Go.
A little boy doesn't believe in Christmas anymore, is having a hard time believing in Christmas.
In Santa, specifically.
Specifically Santa, and he is trying to go to bed on Christmas Eve when all of a sudden he hears a large rattle from outside of his window, and he's like, what the heck? And driving down the street is a giant train, and Tom Hanks gets out of the train, and he's like, why, it's the Polar Express, of course. And he's like, you don't believe in Christmas anymore, so now would be the best time for you to get on this train. And at first he doesn't, but then he gets on. And there's a whole adventure of them riding this train all the way to the North Pole to meet Santa Claus. And the little boy doesn't believe in Santa for the entire journey until he gets to the very end. And he can't seem to believe in Santa even when he sees Santa. He doesn't hear the sound of Christmas, which is a jingle bell, until finally he tells himself, I do believe. And he gets a Christmas bell from Santa. And finally he believes in Christmas and he goes home. And he believes in Christmas for the rest of his life.
And done. Wow. That was a good 1 minute recap.
I feel like that was great.
Good job.
Yeah. He also meets lots of friends on the train. That's the only other thing that you should say.
That are freaking
I hate
jerks.
all the friends.
I hate the friends.
List of friends really quick. Main character, Tom Hanks. By the way, none of these characters have names. They're just kids, right? Except for one character has a name.
Billy,
who sucks.
Billy sucks. He's weird kid-ass, freak-ass. Freakazoid.
His head is as big as a freaking watermelon. I want to smash it.
His haircut sucks the worst.
Yeah.
And he
looks like he washes his hair in the toilet. Let's recap. List the characters. Main character, his girlfriend.
His girlfriend with the braids.
Who sucks also. Billy's in it, who I hate. And then the only other kid that's worth mentioning is Lean Kid.
Lean.
Put that clip in right now.
Lean.
That kid rocks, dude.
I hate that kid. But you're supposed to hate that kid.
No, you're right. That's the whole point of the character. And then the conductor, and then all the other characters.
No, there's a hobo.
Tom Hanks plays.
There's a hobo ghost.
There's a ghost hobo.
I love him.
Train.
I love him.
He's a good character because he's kind of like the only antagonist in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like this thing that's like almost is like the pull to the other side of believing, right? Like maybe you shouldn't believe, right? Or whatever. While also being on the side of believing. It's like weird. It's like he's trying to prove to the main character like why believing is so important other than just seeing. And there's lots of that kind of theme in there. We have to come up with a sequel.
Yes.
To this film.
So let's it's 9:19. Let's give us we have till 10.
I think we have till 10. All right, let's get going.
So how we leave the characters is that he does have his bell, and he's ringing it on Christmas morning, but his parents don't hear it because they don't believe.
Nope.
And we end on a shot of the bell.
Mm-hmm. And the voiceover from Tom Hanks, who plays the older version of the main character kid, and he's saying something along the lines of, all of my friends could hear the bell for a time until they couldn't anymore, and even my sister Sarah couldn't hear the bell after a certain amount of time, but I always hear the bell from here on till forever. And then that's how the movie ends, right? So like it's saying everyone believes until they reach a certain age, and then they think believing kind of goes out the window. But for me, believing has always been a major part of my life and my days and my Christmas.
So sorry.
No, it's all right. You're good.
So it's like, I don't know, should it be 20 years later or should it be longer?
20 years is good, because then if we assume that the main character and his friends are like 10, gives us about 30.
Let's say he keeps believing until 30 when all of his friends are, and then maybe something tragic happens to him. As we can use as like a backstory.
Yeah, for sure.
Like maybe his sister dies or some fucking.
Oh no!
Yeah,
not Sarah.
Sarah. We could use that as like this is his first Christmas without Sarah, and he's like, I don't believe, I don't have spirit anymore.
I like that.
And then that's when the train comes back.
Yes,
because that's when the train comes is when he's
most edging. Doubtful.
When he's edging.
When he's edging. I like this. I like this path of the train coming back when he's a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
And maybe his friends are there as middle-aged.
Well, here's the thing. Did he keep in contact with those kids? Did they have cell phones? No.
I don't think so.
No, I think this is like them reuniting.
The reuniting happens on the train when they're all in their 30s.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So So he's laying in bed, but there's such sad circumstances for him to get like this. But I think that's the way that we have to go with it.
I mean, here's the thing: when you become an adult, things get heavier. This is no kids music. This is no kids musical anymore. This is an adult's movie.
The gloves are off. The music is hard, heavy metal now, baby.
No, but that makes sense.
No, it does. I like that. I like that path. The sister dies. I think that has to happen. So that's how the movie starts. Is like maybe we see like a brief flash of him living his life and hearing the bell until we see it's kind of like Up, and like the sister dies, and maybe he's sitting there on Christmas, and he like looks over at the bell, or Christmas Eve, he looks over at the bell and he picks it up and he shakes it, and he doesn't hear it, and he starts to cry even more. He's like, oh no, doesn't hear it anymore. He's like, dang. Well, that's just too bad.
Well, the thing is, he's already so like depressed that he almost doesn't even care that he can't hear it. He's
right.
Like,
yeah. It should be that, because like if he cared, then he would be believing, right?
Yeah.
But like he should be like, just like I thought, it's not real after all, and throws it away, right?
Yeah.
And then he lays down in his bed with the same yellow pajamas that he has in the first movie.
And he has his little blue robe.
Yeah. Hangs up his blue robe.
It's really tight on him.
Is he married? His wife doesn't come along for the ride at all, I don't think.
No.
But is he married, you think?
His wife is like the parents in the first one, where she's just like...
And we never see her face.
Yeah, we never see her face.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Like it's an adult in a children's movie like this.
Yeah.
But they're both adults, and we just never see her because she's technically the adult. Yeah, I like that a lot. And so they go to bed, right? And maybe what if it's like he's got kids now too, and they don't believe, and they're like chill with not believing.
Yeah, they don't.
Right?
They don't even care.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're like, I don't care, Dad.
Yeah, they're just little brats.
Yeah. They're little brats. And then like he goes to bed, and he wakes up in the middle of the night to the train. Right? He's like, ah. And he goes outside, and by the way, this time the main character kid looks exactly like Thomas Hanks, I think.
Oh yeah, he has to.
Has to, right?
Has to look exactly like Tom Hanks.
Uncanny Tom Hanks.
In Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, because it's another Robert Zemeckis film. So yes. Oh no, it looks like Tom Hanks de-aged in here.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. It looks exactly like that
because it's
so much CGI.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
And so
he has to bring something back.
Like at the end?
I don't know what it is yet, but he has to bring something back that makes his kids believe too.
I like that. Keep that. Pin that.
Yeah, pin that. Hey, audience, pin that.
Pin that. What if we just put a pinned sticky note in front of us for the rest of this video?
We could put it around the wall.
Oh yeah, let's put it right by us. Right by the jack.
I really like this direction
me
a
too.
lot.
I'm liking the setup for sure here. And like he goes outside maybe, like when the train rolls up, and he's like walking up against it, and he's like, whoa, and we hear
like touching
and we
it.
hear
you
got chills or that, dude?
Dude, I'll get chills,
he's
dude.
like walking up and he's like, whoa. And then all of a sudden you hear, all aboard! And he turns around, and it's this conductor that also kind of looks like Tom Hanks.
Wait, they're both going to look like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he's the same age as he was before. And he's like, well? And he says, you coming? And he's like, and the main character's like, well, but what if he says something like, well, but isn't this train for my kids? Because, they don't, it's for you. Like he thinks that the train is there to pick up his kids who don't believe. It's for you because you've lost the spirit or something like that. He's like,
I like that a lot.
He's like, whoa. And then conductor's like, you're not the that's conductor's like, well, you're not the only one that's lost the Christmas spirit. Take a look inside. And that's when the main character's like, wait a minute.
He walks in, he opens the door, Lean.
Yeah, it's the lean kid is the first one that he sees. And they're all wearing the exact same pajamas from the first movie. And the lean kid is there, and he's like, I'm trying to get ready for tax day. This is crazy. I'm here now. He's there.
God, he's got to be so much more annoying. Or he's like super chill.
Yeah.
Maybe he just smokes a lot of weed now. And he's like,
yeah, maybe he still fucking walks out. He's like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Shit. I thought we was picking you up. I thought we was picking you up on the way. Shit.
That's crazy.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
Hey.
What was your name again?
Yeah. You never learned it, and you never will. Fuck. Start smoking that shit right on the train. No smoking allowed. Tom, the conductor character. But no, yeah, I think he gets on board, right? Or he goes outside, he sees a train, gets him on board, right? And he's like, wow, I'm back on this train. This has to be a dream, right? And like maybe the whole time he's kind of just like thinking it's a dream.
Yeah,
as like in this one.
As an adult, like the older he becomes, the more and more he thinks that was just a dream.
Yeah.
You know, it just fades away.
The memory feels like a dream. And then even while he's still believing, he's like, well, that was a dream, but it kept my belief instilled, you know, like it was a really good dream because it made me, you know, but like now it's like it was a dream and now it means nothing because I don't believe anymore. But now he's on this train and he opens the door and he sees his old girlfriend. Not his girlfriend at all by any means. His friend, the girl, and she's there in her pink pajamas, and she's like,
he's got her braids on.
Yeah, and she's like, oh my God. There's like a moment where they're both touching each other, like on the face, on the face, like, whoa, it's you.
No, they're not doing that. They just
like,
go embrace. No, why would they touch their face?
Because they're feeling and making sure that they're real.
Wait, you're not a dream. That's crazy.
Holy hell. Sweet Merry Christmas. No, yeah, they hug and like they're on the train now, and then that's when lean guy breaks in. He's like, it's you. Hey. He's like, oh man, this guy's back too.
Hey you.
And even they hug. They're like, wow.
Hey you, it's so good to see you, bro.
We're back on this train together. And then maybe the main character's like, well, I know this is a dream, but I'm glad that I'm in this dream with you guys, right? And maybe, because not everybody that's on the train doesn't believe, right? They're all on there for their own reasons, I think. You know what I'm saying? Maybe those other two characters
the lean
are on there.
kid is on there for tax fraud.
Yeah, or some bullshit like that. Some bullshit like that.
And he thinks it's okay.
Yeah.
But Santa's going to teach him.
Everybody has to learn a lesson on this trip. So yeah, lean kid's on there for tax fraud. He's like, I've been ripping off the government's public files for years. Little did I know they're not public. You know, he's like a weird guy with like a computer, just hacks into the government often.
Why is the girl on there? And why was she on there the first time? She was just like enjoying the ride kind of thing.
Yeah. She just got picked up. I think there's a lot, and I mean, what about all the other kids? I think that a lot of times it's just the kids get kind of picked up and taken along for the ride just because, right? But we don't worry about those adults that are on this train right now. A lot of adults are just there like, like freaking out. Like,
One's on.
Hell yeah, baby.
Most of them are like on their computer, like on like
doing
LinkedIn.
work.
They're
updating their LinkedIn.
Yeah.
On a train for the next few days. You might not hear from me.
On a magical train to the North Pole.
You might not hear from me for a couple of hours. Please hold all my
If you want to contact me about how to boost your sales, I'm available.
I am available. You'll have to call me when we get to Glacier Gulch, though, because that's when I'm going to have the best reception. We're going to be going up and down hills, so.
Stupid. Okay, so I have a burning question.
I have a burning answer.
What's the adult equivalent to the hot chocolate song?
Ooh,
like,
good question.
Hot chocolate, hot chocolate, or something like that.
Hot, oh, we got it. Hot, oh, we got it. Oh, we got it. Hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So what is the equivalent?
Could be something like, oh, we got it. White. Oh, we got it. White. Oh, we got it. White Russian.
Yeah.
stupid.
What if it's like a really slow song and it's like, depression pills, depression pills, to make you feel better on this long ride north, dear.
What the fuck, dude? And they take pills. They're not even drinking anything.
Just one per person. One per person.
Get a little cup of water,
yeah,
too.
Yeah. They give him a pill in one of those little Dixie cups that you get that you keep in your bathroom. And like, there's just a montage of all the adults kind of going, little smiles. Yeah. Well, I feel way better.
And then they all pull out their ticket.
Yeah, then they all have tickets. That's when the believing really starts because they're all drugged.
What if there's all like a psychedelic dream, dude?
I mean, the first one is.
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they get on the train. Lean Kid is there, I think, for tax evasion. What's the girl in there for? Maybe like she had a loved one die or something like that. Kind of like how the boy did, the main character boy did, so then they can relate, on this train ride. I think that would be good. Like her dad dies or something like that, or maybe her son. Wow, this is heavy.
This is heavy.
It's heavy stuff.
I mean, we can always, if we come up with something,
we'll
later.
find something on the way. She
Yeah.
also has a reason to be there, and we're going to find it on the way.
Yeah.
But then they make that last stop, They make that last stop at the house before they head to the North Pole. And it's their egg-headed fucking idiot friend who I hate.
Billy.
Billy is there.
He's going to come on, and he's going to be a...
Dude. What were you going to say?
He's going to be a douche.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Like, he's not a douche, but like an abusive asshole.
Yeah.
Because that's the family that he comes from very clearly. Like, you can tell in the movie.
You can tell in the movie he's not... He literally said in the movie, like, he's not... What did he...
I don't know.
Like
something about Christmas doesn't happen for me.
Yeah. Like, obviously...
He comes from a bad family. So he comes on with like a beer in his hand, just like this.
Oh,
and he's like, what is this fucking garbage, or whatever, right? Like, he's just not there. He doesn't want to be there. Or maybe he wants to be there to prove to himself that it's all a waste of time anyways, or whatever.
Yeah. And then they go up to, Billy? Is that you?
He's like, my name's William.
I fucking lied to you.
No. Billy is short for William.
Oh. I lied.
My name's William. Isn't that short? Isn't Billy short for William? Fuck you, man. You've always been ruining. You've ruined my life ever since I know you. I only met you once. Fuck you, man. But that's good. Billy is the.
And he can be kind of like the antagonist, kind of.
Really, yeah.
Throughout.
Like, kind of like the one that is the naysayer throughout the thing, and he's like the pull on the main character as to like why you shouldn't believe, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the thing there.
He's like really like the voice of an adult.
Yeah. Right. The real world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get on the train, they do the depression pill song, and they ride. Let's come up with a few really good things that we can intersperse in here, because when we're on the train ride in the first one, some things happens.
Yeah.
Right?
So we got to talk about the hobo ghost. Does he come back? Is he in a different form?
I think the best way to get to the hobo ghost is by discovering what kind of conflict and events happen on the train ride, because that's how he comes up in the first one, right?
Yep.
The girl loses a ticket, and then the main character ends up walking on top of the train, right? And then like from there, other things kind of ensue with the ghost kind of showing up from there. So like, what's something that can happen on this particular ride? Like, just start spitballing events.
It's gotta be the fucking. It's gotta be Billy. Billy's gotta do something.
Yeah.
He's gotta like start some
nasty
drama.
Yeah.
What if he killed someone? No. It's still a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a kid's movie.
It's
Christmas.
Is it a kids movie anymore or no?
Well, maybe it grows up a little bit.
It grows up a little bit.
Maybe it's not G, and maybe it's
No,
like
it's
PG.
It's like PG-13.
Oh, wow. I think you're right on the edge of PG-13, huh?
Yeah. That means we get to use one F word.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on board.
Okay. All aboard! Dude,
you peaked.
I
sure.
peaked that shit.
All aboard! So let's think. Billy can be like, what kind of mischief does he cause, right? It should also be, I mean, like, maybe Billy doesn't start the mischief, right? But the world kind of starts the mischief, and then Billy plays into it, right?
He escalates.
Because that's what's so good about this movie is, like, it's all just kind of like events that just happen around, and that's what plays into the fact, like, is it a dream, whatever, right? Like, it's the world is kind of playing its own character in this, right? So, like, I don't know, think about it. Maybe, like, the floor falls out of one of the train cars or something
what if
like that.
half the train, like, the center train part detaches?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's good. And then like it's like high speed too, because like they do a lot of that in the first one, and like it detaches, and
and they're approaching a hill.
Yeah,
so they're gonna lose the whole half. The front is gonna go without the whole half.
Yeah.
So how do they fix that?
I don't know.
Throw a rope. Indiana Jones.
Indiana Johns
style.
Indiana Johns.
Indiana John.
There's like a big they're going up a hill, and the back half of the train detaches, and it's like, no, and they actually fall all the way back while the front half keeps going, right?
Oh shit.
And then like somehow they get all the way back to like a certain spot on the other back half of the train, and then something has to pull them back towards the front half of the train, right? Or the front half kind of backs back into the thing, right? Maybe they realize, hey, we lost a half, and then they go back. But it's gotta be something cooler, like
It's what I'm just imagining, like a part where maybe I don't know if they know that the train's gonna detach, but someone's on the other side, and right as it's about to detach, they grab hands. And they're like holding
good.
on. They're like, oh
yeah, and then they're pulled by the arm. Like that's the only attachment.
As it's going uphill,
that's
it's
good
like
as hell.
It's like
Yeah, that's good as
that's
hell.
good.
So what about this? What if Billy is all talk, right? And how much of a dick he is, right? But there are moments, because we kind of want to redeem this character by the end of it, I think, right? Like to an extent.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So like maybe like this is our first sign of Billy kind of not being a total ass, and like he's the one on the front half of the train, right? Where the engine is, so like he could very well let the back half go and be the one of the only people that rides all the way to the North Pole, right? And like our main character and the girl are on the back half of the train that's detached, and they're reaching out like, Billy, grab on! And finally Billy's like, and he reaches out and they grab and hold on, and like that epic shot of them being pulled up the hill. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Shit, dude. And then so it's like it's the three best friends
that anybody could ever have.
It's the three best friends
that
could
ever have.
Stop. On the end of the end of the train, and Billy's holding on, and all the other kids, all the other adults are hanging on to Billy.
Yeah.
But then they're like losing their grip. They're really trying.
Yeah.
But then that's when the last kid feels a hand on his shoulder, and it's the hobo.
It's the hobo again.
Fingerless gloves on his shoulder.
He's like, I've been here before, haven't I? And it's like, whoa, what a reference.
Yeah.
And it pulls them, and they finally get the train to link back up.
Because they get to the top of the hill or whatever. They get to flat ground.
Yeah, right before the train tips down on the downslope of the hill, and they finally link back up.
Yeah.
And the conductor comes back, and he's like, what are you people doing? We're supposed to be going to the North Pole. He's like, fuck. And there's our one F word. No, we'll find a better spot.
Yeah.
And then
maybe like Santa says it.
So what if we do something? No, Santa can't say it.
Fine.
It should be the conductor.
Yeah.
He's earned it. He's been in 2 of these things.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's one cool event. What if another cool event has something to do with the engineers, right? The long-haired, long-bearded guy and the fat guy. What if something happens with them as a secondary event?
Oh, I just thought of a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with a tunnel, because they don't have a tunnel in this one. What if they're going through a tunnel and then it's caved at the end, but they just have to go super fucking fast?
Mm-hmm.
to break through it.
Yes.
So then they have to like, they stop and they're like, we're stuck, and they start panicking. Maybe Billy causes some chaos.
Yeah.
And then they have to back up, and then just try to get as much speed.
Maybe it's
as
like
possible.
the main character decides, right? Like he has a moment of like, there's only one way we're gonna make it through this thing, you know.
As
Like
if we believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. He doesn't say anything at first, right? They get stuck. Maybe it's like they get stuck in this. Maybe it's like a maze or something like that. And they're going through this tunnel and they're taking different tracks, but they all lead to a wall, right? Like you're saying, like a rock wall. They can't get
maze.
through. Yeah.
Maze tunnel.
A maze tunnel.
That's kinda cool.
And they can't. And each path, each track leads to a different wall. And they're like, we're stuck. We're never going to make it there on time, right? And then the main character backs the train up where he's like, back it up. The engineers are like, what? And he's like, just do it. They back all the way up. And then he stands up at the front of the train and he looks at his friends and he takes the throttle and he poof puts it way down. And then, what are you doing? No, what are you doing? And he looks at his friends and he's like, and he pulls out. What if he pulls out his original ticket or something like that from the first movie? And he's like, maybe we should save a moment like that for later in the movie.
Yeah.
But he's like, there's something I learned on this train a long time ago, and that's to believe, you know. And the travel goes right through the wall.
Well, the thing is, he can't believe yet.
No, I know.
Yeah, it has to wait till he's at that. But he's at this point, he's a smart adult.
This should be the girl's moment then.
Yeah.
She's leading again because that's what her.
Yeah, she's a leader.
That's what the word says in the Punch-Out thing.
They're all panicking, and she. Oh, that's good.
So that's what her mission is too. Then is she's kind of fallen, like that's why she's on the train. Is like she's fallen to a place of like, just being a listener and a follower and a sheep, right? And then maybe that's why she's back on the Polar Express.
And maybe just to provide like maybe some sort of like background, maybe she's like at this really dead end job where she's not appreciated her her values and stuff.
She's like and it's not even right. Like she's made for so much more. Like she could be doing so much more at her job or in her life, but she chooses to sit back because she doesn't have the courage and the bravery to push that forward. And then this is the moment. And she finally learns to lead, you know. She takes the charge and then that's when the main character's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, I'm getting us out of here." And he's like, "Are you sure this is going to work?" He says, "Are you sure?" again. And she goes, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
And then
call back.
They blast right through that rock wall and they go and then they're through it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And then, like, what's something, like, funny that could happen? One of them...
I mean, we could do something funny with the engineers.
Yeah.
Again.
One of the engineers' face melts off because he's shoveling coal into the engine.
That's crazy, dude.
He got to go so fast that his face melts off.
It'd be funny if for some reason the engineers aged.
Yeah.
So they're just really old.
Yeah,
now.
that's funny. That's a good bit. And they're like, "I can't shovel this coal. I can't shovel this coal no more." My back hurts. Oh my God, how old are they?
They're 102 years old.
My back is killing me. Holy fuck.
There's that word. Fuck, I believe it.
Damn, I know.
Holy shit.
Shoveling coal into the thing. They run into another patch of caribou, and one of them's like, the one with the long beard's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." And he goes, "Wow." And they don't listen at all, and they have to plow straight through the caribou. They can't get him to move. He's like, "Rah, rah."
Move, caribou.
And they just won't. So they have to plow right through him. Is there a third event that happens on this train, or do we get to the North Pole?
The third event happens in the North Pole.
Okay.
Has to.
Here we are. And we've already, two of our main characters, we didn't even know it, right? And Lean Guy has kind of been subsidiary to all of this stuff, right? He's like,
"Wow, you really plowed right through that wall."
Or, wow, you really grabbed onto our friends really good to save them from falling from the back of the train. You know, but two of our main characters have already learned something.
Yeah.
Right? Billy has learned, you know, has kind of gotten a little bit of that relying on others thing back, you know, and then being there for others. And she's been a leader. And now we just have to get back to our main character believing.
So now we have to figure out in the climax what resolves his trauma of losing his sister, and how we got to figure out how she died. And maybe that's not as important, but we got to figure out what happens in the North Pole that makes him maybe, and it's not, at this point, it's not about believing in Santa. This is more of an adult theme of how do I believe in things will get better.
Yeah. Believe in my life, believe in others' lives.
Yeah. Believe in continuing the spirit.
Believe in otherworldly possibilities.
Yeah.
So, like, what if it's this? What if it's like, it goes to the North Pole and a couple things could happen. One, you know, there's that scene where they see the kids going on the naughty or nice list, you know, in the first one. His kids are on that, right? Like, his kids are on the naughty list, right? So there's potential drive to go back and prove to them that, you know, it's important to believe and be more true to your own life so that you become a better person, right? But then what if the other thing is, like, in like a corner or in a dingy storage unit or something like that in the North Pole, he finds a present for Sarah of some kind.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's gonna make me cry,
powerful, dude.
Dude, that's
powerful
so good.
as hell. And it's like something that means a lot. Maybe it's another bell or something like that, you know? Maybe it's ice cold beer straight out of the fucking fridge. But I think that's
we don't know.
path.
We don't know much about Sarah.
No, it should be something like. What if it's like, oh, what if it's not a gift from Santa, right? Maybe what if he sees the tag, and it's a gift to him, the main character, and he's like, wow, a gift to me, and it was like it's been post-dated like 20 years. That's crazy. And he opens it up and he's like, wow, this is really. And maybe like this is like the peak of it, like maybe his belief is finally over, right? Because maybe it's like a shitty gift of some kind, and he's like, oh, this sucks. Why would Santa have ever wanted to get me this? And he moves his thumb out of the way and it says from Sarah, right? And it's like Santa, because like it's a magical thing, it's an otherworldly thing anyways, right? Santa just happened to have that in that spot so that he would see, you know, and become a believer.
That makes sense, but what is it? What is the gift?
I don't know. Should be something from.
What if it's the ticket? No, does that make sense?
That could be cool. Why not?
Okay.
I don't know. Why the fuck not?
Okay.
What if it's like?
That's
what if there's like
significant.
what if there's like a ticket and a note of some kind, right?
Yeah, it has to be a note.
Yeah.
It makes me cry.
It's a ticket and it's a note that says something like,
hey.
And what if the present isn't from 20 years ago, but it's from more recently? Does that contradict what you were gonna say?
I was gonna say, hey, I saw, like, this is from Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Dear, what's his name?
He doesn't have one. Tom Hanks.
Dear Tom Hanks.
Dear Forrest Gump.
I remember the day that you threw this away. So he threw away the ticket, and she kept it. And she's been maybe...
So he stops believing before she passes away? Is that what we're to say? What if he gives it to her? Right? What if at the beginning of the movie we see him give the ticket to her, right?
Well, we don't want to see that in the beginning.
Okay. But what I'm saying is he should give the ticket to her, right? Because the thing that makes him stop believing is she dies. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right? So what if he gives the ticket to her, right? For him, maybe it's like a last-ditch effort, because at the end of this movie, the first movie, in that voiceover at the very end, he says, all of my friends stopped hearing the bell at a certain point. Even Sarah did, you know?
Yep.
So maybe it's like a last-ditch effort from him. Like, see, I got this from the Polar Express when I went to the North Pole, Sarah. This is my ticket, you know? And she, like, looks at it. She's like, I don't know. You know, this is kind of bull honky or whatever. And then that's why it could come from her towards the end of her life is, like, it's like the last present, you know? And, like, in the note, she could say, like, I don't have very long left, and I know that. And maybe it's, like, you know, cancer or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And so she gives him the ticket, you know, like, you once gave this to me, you know, but now more than ever, I believe. Or something like that, you know?
That's so
That's
good.
so good, dude.
That's
Crap.
so good. Well, here's the thing. And to make it more dramatic, we have the note first. We see the note in the box.
For sure.
And then below he looks below it and there's the ticket.
Yeah. And then the girl comes up and puts her arms around him, right? And then even Billy's standing in the background. And he sniffs, and he comes up, and he even
they all have to embrace.
And it's like, whoa.
That's like
this is like the end
spirit.
of the movie, because then Santa walks in, I think, you know? Maybe this is the end of the movie. There should be something that leads up to this. Maybe this whole scene happens in the square, like with all the elves around, you know, and maybe Santa pulls a present out from Sarah, right? And he's like, I have one last gift from you, but it's not from me. And he hands it to him, you know, or some bullshit like that. So there needs to be one more kind of lead up scene to that kind of moment with Santa Claus. Maybe the lean kid becomes the kind of enemy, right? Glasses boy, like he feels like he's always been kind of, you know, left out of this thing.
So then he tries to stop the train.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going unless I get my present first, or something like that, right? He's still like, he's like 30 something. He's still just like the biggest brat ever.
Yeah.
But something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe he takes the conductor hostage.
Well, here's the thing. We already had that moment in the beginning where he kind of he saves that second part of the train, you know.
Not the glasses kid. Billy does. I'm talking about the glasses kid.
Oh, okay.
Lean. I'm talking about that guy.
God, I got them mixed up. So Billy has his redemption.
Yeah, Billy is redeemed.
What the fucking...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
He's always been the dick.
Yeah.
You know?
And not even in like, not by alcoholism or anything. He's just like...
just by being...
Yeah, I like that.
Just by being that kid, that guy. So yeah, maybe he like...
I'm gonna get my present first.
Yeah, he's like a jerk. He does something crazy. Like maybe he takes...
Or no, maybe it's revealed or something that he forced his way onto the train.
Yeah.
Because he's on the naughty list.
Yeah.
And he wants to...
That's so good.
Yeah, he wants to talk to Santa.
Yeah,
and,
redemption.
Yeah.
Maybe he's there to try to get Santa, you know? Not kill him or whatever, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just to get him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
What does that mean? If you're not going to kill the guy, what does it mean?
I'm gonna get you.
That's so
it's
funny.
It's revealed that he's... Yeah. Because then we're mixing the kind of sadness with the lightheartedness of that kid or guy at this point now who is kind of always been like that. So yeah, it's revealed that he's snuck onto the train, maybe like at the end, and because the conductor's kind of an all-knowing presence anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very clear that that's the case.
I honestly think he's like some sort of ghost.
Exactly. And
Spirit.
he walks up to Lean Kid, and he goes, and by the way, son, even though he's a middle-aged man now, by the way, son, I never checked your ticket.
Yeah.
He's like,
I was just thinking that.
I don't have one. And like he freaks out and he grabs the conductor, right, or something like that, and he grabs him and like is about to, maybe they're like standing next to like some kind of cliff or something. Maybe they're on top of a building in that square or whatever, right? And he's threatening to throw the conductor off of some kind, right? And then something impactful happens.
Okay, no, this is what happened. So same way that they do it in the first one, where the last train car gets detached and they go. It's the three main characters, and then the conductor and lean kid.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, that's when the conductor's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then they somehow get disconnected from that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like holding him hostage in that train car or something. That's how we can get to the abandoned warehouse or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
No, so here's what happens. I like this. This is the path. That same thing happens where the train car disconnects. Who cares? It's like, not again. And
Yeah,
they go
yeah.
through and they land in that spot when it takes them to where the naughty and nice list is, right? And then there's that kind of back burner goal for the main character that his kids are on the naughty list. Like, oh, well, that's not good. Why are they're on the naughty list? Doesn't matter because none of this is real anyways, right? And they finally get to the front, you know, or they finally get back, or maybe that's not the back burner thing, but that's the initial cause for him to be like, well, I got to do something about this. My kids can't be on the naughty list, right? We have to go talk to Santa. And they get out of that spot, right, or whatever. They take the same tube or whatever all the way to where the thing is happening, right, with Santa Claus. And maybe there's like a weird chase scene in those tubes with the lean kid. See, it's weird to do any kind of like action-packed climax in this, I feel like, because it just doesn't happen in this first movie. Doesn't matter, I don't think.
It doesn't matter.
Because the lesson is not about killing lean kid in his stupid face. It's about learning more about yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they get to the square, right? And the main character says something to Santa, gets up to Santa, and he's like, hey, you gave me a bell years and years ago, and I believed for a long time. But I just don't anymore, not since Sarah passed away. And now my kids are on the naughty list, and I don't know what you're trying to do to me. This is insane. How am I supposed to, whatever.
So that's interesting because it's like even though he's seeing the North Pole and seeing Santa, he still doesn't have the Christmas spirit.
Right. Until Santa's like, maybe I can resolve this with the first present of Christmas, everyone, yeah?
Yo.
And all the elves are like, ah! And then the main character's like, no, I'm not doing this again because I won't believe. Well, this present... maybe he's like, I won't believe. I'm not going to believe. You're not real. Nothing could possibly come from Santa Claus. He's like, well, this present didn't come from me. He hands him the present that Sarah got for him right before she passed away. And then finally, he's like reading this note, and he sees the Believe ticket, and that music starts to play. And then you hear, right before the music plays maybe, and he sees that Believe ticket, you start to hear... and like maybe like all the elves, just to be cinematic, have like little bells.
Yeah.
And they're like, they start ringing it, and tears, and whoa, and everybody embraces, and Santa just kind of stands there like, yes,
yeah,
we've done it. And the conductor whips out his watch, and like for the first time ever, the watch says something like right on time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Little resolution. For him.
And he's like, He puts it away, and he takes his hat off, and even he takes his hat off, and he's got a full head of hair when he whips it around.
He got that medically transferred to his head.
He's got scabs all over his head because it's a recent transplant. Gross. But then, they ride home, and they all say goodbye like they did in the first movie, right? Like, first the Billy gets dropped off, and like maybe he gets up to his house, and like maybe his kids are at the door waiting for him or something like that, and he grabs them and he just hugs them really tight, right? And it's like, oh. And then
at 2 a.m.
Yeah, sure. He's a bad parent. They're up watching friggin' Tom
Looney
and Jerry.
Tunes.
Yeah. Same vibe. And then we don't see the girl get dropped off, but we hear about her thing, right? Like, I'm going to go in and ask for that raise. I'm going to go in and ask for that promotion. I deserve it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or just quit and find something better.
Right. And then for the main character, he goes back inside and he has a total like Ebenezer Scrooge transformation, right? Of like skipping through the halls and sliding down, the stairways and like.
I was thinking about this earlier. I think in the very beginning, we need to show like his children being brats and whatever because of him.
Yeah.
Maybe he, like, they're like, Dad, can we play Monopoly or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
They're trying to play, like, games with the family, and he's just like, no, and he goes into bed and just sleeps, and, you know, whatever. So then at the end, it kind of resolves that.
Yeah.
And
there's almost like a question from the audience as to why the kids are on the naughty list too, right? Like when we see that moment happen, we're also in question of like, well, why are they on the naughty list? They seemed so nice, you know. But then maybe it's through a series of like videos in that room where we're seeing they're on the naughty list. We see kind of the stuff they're getting into because the dad wasn't there for them. Oh, so good.
That's so good.
And then everything is resolved because Christmas morning they're all opening presents up, and maybe the kids open up their presents and it's a bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the mom is like, honey, we couldn't have sprung for a better present. And the main character's like, it's not from me, you know. And the kids are sitting there and they're ringing it, you know, and they're like super hype about it. And they're like, whoa, it's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And like the wife is like, that's strange, I don't hear anything. And he's like, that's okay. Seeing isn't always believing.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
And then it ends with the exact same shot of the bell.
The bell.
On the table.
Yeah.
Dang.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I think we did it.
I think we did it. And that was kind of a little bit over.
A little bit over, but way better.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
That was good. Okay.
That was good.
That's good. We have to think about title.
Oh.
Then we have to think about. God. Then we have to think about rating it.
Uh-huh.
What do you rate the first one?
Ooh, what do I rate the first one?
It just popped
out
in
of
my
100.
Head. Yeah, out of 100. It just popped in my head. 78.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty high. It's very biased because I grew up.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up with that movie.
It's 20 years old. We're 24, so it's like, you know, one of those movies. I would say pretty close to that. I'm going to go ahead and say it wasn't always my favorite when I was a kid. So for that reason, I'm going to say 75. I feel really good right on that quarter there.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's think of a sequel.
Title.
No, Rig.
Polar Express.
The Polar
and they're
Express.
all older, and they have to relearn their beliefs. Polar Express believes. Polar Express believe me.
Okay, maybe not.
The Polar Express.
Believe in me.
The Polar Express chugs again. The Polar Express.
What are like what is there any like train
puns
or like phrases? The Polar Express.
Off the tracks.
Oh God. The ninth station. The ninth station.
Ninth?
I have no idea.
The ninth station? The Polar Express.
All aboard.
No, don't give me those eyes. All aboard.
Ah, that's the closest thing.
The Polar Express. All aboard.
That's good.
It's better than Believe in Me or Believe.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, this title is hard.
Should we say the Polar Express 2 : something? I think that's the easiest way into something.
Yeah.
You know?
The Polar Express 2. All aboard.
Not All Aboard.
That's so good.
All Aboard sucks. All Aboard.
It's like
so cheesed up.
It's like Get Back On.
I know what it's like.
You don't like that?
No. No. You think I'm joking over here?
We gotta roll with something.
The Polar Express All Aboard. The Polar Express. No. The Polar Express 2 All Aboard. This sucks. What if it's something to do with how old they are now? That's a major theme in the film.
The Polar Express. I'm old now.
What if it's the Polar Express 2 Seeing is Believing?
Same vein as All Aboard, but how about
Dude, if we put in the title of our episode, The Polar Express 2 All Aboard, is that going to give any context to how the story goes at all.
How about the Polar Express 2? Believe this time.
Believe again.
Believe again.
Oh.
I like that.
2. Believe again.
Believe again.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. And you've already seen the title, so you know.
Yeah, right. So you know.
Damn it.
All of that stuff. You know it's not all aboard.
That's a close second, though.
That
Okay.
shit cracks me up.
Okay, now what would you
We have to
rank?
rate it.
Rate.
What would you rate it? I really like this one. I'm not going to lie.
This is, I'm going to say 96.
Whoa!
Whoa! No. I meant to say 86. I'm drunk.
You said 96.
86. I meant to say 86. I'm drunk.
I'm going to go 84. 86. I'm going to go 86 too.
86 all the way, dude.
86. Polar Express 2, Believe Again.
That's better than
shit.
51.
Oh, my belly feels
Believe,
so
believe again.
It feels so full all of a sudden. My belly's full.
All right, Tom Hanks, hit us up. We gotta make this.
Yeah, dude. Should this movie exist? The sequel? I think so.
Yes,
We should. It should.
it should.
I don't
dude.
see any reason why this movie
No.
specifically.
And it would
couldn't
it would
exist.
hit our generation. It would hit.
This movie has bad
so hard.
reviews on the internet, and it's still being celebrated for its 20th anniversary
Yeah.
on HBO Max. So, like, clearly this is a classic to people, including me and him. Excellent. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas special of Second is the Best. Second clearly is the best.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
We're gonna be filling you in on the next movie that we'll be reviewing, which Back to
Oh,
Normal.
I remember. Okay.
Back
sorry.
to Normal. I remember. I'm filling Tristan in too, or not anymore because he remembers. Back to Normal. No more Christmas. Okay, move on. Grow up. Stop believing. The next episode will
That could be the trilogy.
Stop
The
Believing.
Polar Express 3. Stop believing.
Yeah. And this is when the Scrooge puppet gets its revenged.
Oh.
It gets its revenge.
Hobo man.
Hobo
Well, anyways.
Johnson. I feel like I'm on a train.
Damn, that was good.
Thanks, Hobo Johnson. Hit me up. We can make Polar Express 3 together. So the next movie we're going to do is a little film called Sky High.
Oh shit, dude! I'm
so
so,
hyped for that one.
excited. It's gonna be so good.
Sky High is a Disney Channel original film, isn't it? Or did it come out in theaters? I think it's a Disney Channel movie.
It's gotta be Disney Channel, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited. Watch it before you watch the episode where we come up with a sequel to that one. I'm so hyped for that movie. It's going to be so fun.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
This was fun for us. Hope it's fun for you.
Until next time, okay? We'll see you on the next episode of Second is the Best.
Goodbye.